Hey, this is Marissa with the Art of Ecology, and today we are going to take a look at a super cool science experiment called chromatography, where we examine what pigments are in which plants using isopropyl alcohol, coffee filters, and chopped up plant matter. It's pretty cool to figure out which colors live inside which plants. Even if they're just green, you may be surprised to see reds and yellows show up. So we have our plants here. We've got fall plants, a whole variety. We've got blackberry, sassafras, and sumac, and viburnum, arrowwood viburnum here, that we're going to examine by chopping them all up, making them nice and tiny, putting them in the isopropyl alcohol, and then using strips of coffee filters to examine how, as the liquid mixture moves up the coffee filter, how the pigments will vary, and certain pigments in the plant, certain colors, will only move this far up the coffee filter, others will move this far up, and we get to examine all of the various colors that are actually in one plant. So let's get started. We've got cups. What we're going to do is we're going to chop up the leaves into the cup. So you're going to want to make sure that you have all of the same type of plant in one cup. So this is going to be my sumac cup. I'm going to label it. Sumac. We're going to take all the sumac leaves and cut them up very fine into the cup. We want to cut them so that the pigments have a way to bleed out into the isopropyl alcohol that we're going to pour in. Okay, so now that we have all our cups set up, we need to make sure that our coffee filters sit inside the cup. So let's cut strips of coffee filter. In order to properly hang the coffee filters into each of the cup, I'm going to put a pencil across each one and tape it there. There we go. When you pour the isopropyl alcohol in, this alcohol is going to be what pulls those pigments out of your leaves. So you only want a small amount that's going to touch the coffee filter, and as it hits the coffee filter and the pigments get pulled into the alcohol, the coffee filter is going to pull that liquid up, and with that liquid it's going to pull the pigments up too. This may take a while though, so you'll want to check back if you start it in the morning, maybe check back in the evening, or if you start it later, check back in the morning. See what pigments get pulled across. You can ask a whole bunch of questions with it too. Which pigments are the heaviest? If they're lower on the coffee filter, it takes more time to pull those up farther since they're so heavy. If they're really lightweight pigments, they can travel to the top of the coffee filter pretty quickly. You could also investigate which colors are in which leaves. You may be surprised as how many pigments are in that one green leaf that you found. Or you may be surprised that the red leaf that you picked in the fall still has some yellows or browns in it. Pretty cool to check out. So make sure that you observe it over time and see how each coffee filter is going to change colors as the pigments get pulled out of your leaf.